What is going on, guys? It is Matt with Sith Bricks, and I am now just realizing I shouldn't have worn a red shirt. Jeez, whew, man, that's bright. All right, well, sorry about that, but I had to make sure my microphone is on. Thank you, Devin. I know seeing you comment there, that's what exactly you would remind me of. So I appreciate that. So we're going to do things a little bit different today. I got some more of my custom minifigures in. Whew, bright lights. But they're going to pay off later. Trust me. Ignore the craziest here. See if I can cover it up. But I'm going to show you guys how I get my minifigures and what it takes to put them all together. This should only take about an hour or so. We're going to go through these and let's have a little bit of fun. Let's see. Hey, what's going on, son? There's my boy popping in. Yeah, Monarch is there. It's almost done. So, all right, first up, it looks like I got a clone pilot here. Oh, yeah, probably help if I move my camera so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right. So they come in these bags like this. And, of course, you got to open. Now, they come in lots of pieces, guys. Like, it's not just taking a minifigure out of the bag and have it. Like, they come like this. All right. So this is what you get. All right. So the first thing I do is you got to check everything to make sure it's put together. Now, after doing this, the thing I learned the most is you got to put the hands on first. Now, I have a minifigure like this, which is a clone pilot. You've got one torso this way. And the thing I like about it is the guy who I get him from, you can flip it around, and he has another torso this way. But I'm pretty sure this is the back side because you can see the circle and 2 bars that is common on the back of Trooper armor. So I'm going to flip it around like this. And you want to make sure you get your front and your backs right. So when you snap your arms into place, they will go in there just fine. All right. Then what I do is I put the legs on. So there we go. We got our guy right here. Now, this is the tricky part. And the best tool for this, hands down, is the Royal Guard spear. All right? Because you can snap the fingers on or the hands onto like this. Because, guys, trust me, snapping hands onto minifigures with just your fingers is brutal. This is by far the best way to do it because I can just take it like this and it locks it into place. And then you go to this one right here. My hands want to work. All right. And you just snap it into place. I don't know if you guys heard that snapping sound, but there we go. We slap the helmet on him, put the gun in his hand, because they all come with weapons, and then boom, we got ourselves a clone pilot. So there we go. I got some more goodies in the bag here, so we're going to kind of set him off to the side. Like I said, I'm just reaching in here. Ooh, this is a good one. So what's up, man? All right, and so one thing is funny is the guy who I buy these minifigures from, I always get extra hands. On occasionally, I'll get an extra minifigure part like an arm or whatnot, but I always get an extra hand. So I have an entire storage bin of these things, man. It is crazy. All right. So you guys are going to like this next one here. Okay, you can see that it is we have a Sith warrior. All right, let me throw this on the ground here. All right, so we always get a minifigure plate. I have hundreds of these. All right. So this one is Darth Maul, as you can see. Now, this is what they call the Phantom Menace version. Now, I think this was from a Lego set like in 2006 or something, his Sith Infiltrator. So, okay. What's up, Maul? Skibbity Toilets 2.0. Oh, okay. Darth Maul was a lot easier to say. I'm just going to throw that out there. And I'm actually doing a Maul minifigure right now. All right. So the nice thing about this one is it comes with, it's not a cloth, not a comma. I can't think of it. It left me there. Or no, it is a comma. So it comes with the hard plastic one that was just like they released the original figure. And then you can just snap this on like this. All right. So now you have your figure here. Again, with the arms, you got to make sure that you're putting them on right. Snap them into place. Put the arms on first because it makes snapping the hands in so much easier. And then once again, here we go. We'll throw these on here. And again, snap it into place. Snap it into place. Royal Guard Spear. MVP of minifigure assembly. All right. Then, of course, we're going to snap this together to give him his double-bladed lightsaber. Put them on here. Now, the nice part is it also comes with the hood. So you can just take the hood. I was about to take the head off, but you don't even need to do that. Now let's get this in close here. And it just snaps on. Now you have Phantom Menace Darth Maul. Or Tatooine Maul, whatever you want to call him. But there you go. So there's another one down. Let's see if it'll unfocus. Come on. Stop looking at my hand. There you go. So really nice detail on this figure. This is all hard plastic. There's no cloth on it. It's styled just the way you would see from Lego, but at a fraction of the cost. So these things are amazing. So there's a Darth Maul done. We're just going to set him over here. I've got a whole bunch. Let's see. Let me reach into my bag here again. See what we got. Oh. All right. And see what I talked about? Extra hand. What do we have here? Yes. The most recent member of Minifigure Monday. And I tell you, sometimes it takes a lot to get all this stuff out of here. Because, again, it's all in pieces. We got our stand. We got our minifigure. This one is my man, Commander Thorn. All right. But sometimes you don't get the right weapon. I've been getting a lot of these ones. I think these are Mando's blasters. I don't know why they're included in it, but I have plenty of the rotary cannons that I can substitute out for it. So sometimes you get the wrong weapon. I don't worry about it. It's not like the end of the world for me. So let's going to get this snapped on here. Let's see. Yeah, you got to wait every 14 days. They do that to prevent scammers from trying to, or imposters. So, oh, you got that Maul too? Nice, right, Pi? I'm glad you got it, man. Yeah, I loaded up. I don't know why, but I want to always have 5. So I usually will buy until I have 5 of each. I don't know why I decided on 5 being the number, but it did. All right, so that one didn't go in, but listen. Just snapped it into place. Sometimes if they don't go in, you got to put it back on here, and there you go. You got to get that good snapping sound for them. Make sure those hands are in place right there. Now, this is one area where they get it right over Lego. So he actually comes with a breastplate, all right, his own, and you can actually even put a jetpack on it. Now, I'm not too keen for the jetpack, but for the purpose of the video, I'm going to do it for you guys. We actually have to put these on first, because if we don't, the jetpack's going to be too close to the body, and it's not. This way it sits properly on the minifigure. All right. And so I just pop the head off. Put it on like this. Now, Thorn never wore anything like this. I think this is just something that, you could call it creative, whatever they did with it. I don't complain personally, because you can just take it off. But you put his helmet on him. There you go. Phase 2 Commander Thorn with not the right weapon, but we'll put it in his hand for now. There we go. Another minifigure done. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, yeah. You guys will see some doubles eventually. Hey, Devin, what's going on, buddy? All right. All right, so I'm going to put this guy's breastplate right here, and if you can guess that minifigure, you win. You win the Guessing the Minifigure contest. Or at least his company. Eventually, guys, I'm going to start doing some stuff on another stream where I start doing giveaways and whatnot, and a way to engage with you guys some more. So that's coming soon. All right. So as you can see here, you got to snap your hands in. By far the best way to do it. Rye Pie, I don't know if you're doing this, but this is the way to do it. Snap them in. Snap them in. This is not Commander Doom. There you go. All right. I'm going to put his helmet on him. I could put his breastplate on him, but I'm not going to put him on. This is actually Horn Company. So as you can see, it's got the 2 horns on there, almost like the Loki horns, as I call it, on the armor. And you can see it also on the minifigure right underneath there. So this is just Horn Company. I don't remember their battalion name off the top of my head, but this one does have a nice DC-15 blaster that comes with it. So this would be an accurate blaster. So there we go. Phase 2, Horn Company. And again, extra hand. So, oh yeah, Rye Pie, the first like plate of clones you see over here, I did that all by hand, and I thought my hands were going to fall off. Like it was almost as bad as the pinchers. So I just figured to use that, and it worked out well. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, this one should be pretty easy for my fans of the clones. You guys know who it is? Throw it out there in the comments. Sometimes they're stiff, but to be honest, I'd rather have it be super stiff to snap them into place than to try to deal with something that's loose. And I do get loose ones right now. This is not Cody. That should give you an indication of who it is. Not this guy. This is just a regular pilot. Now, I do like the fact that with this one, you get the old school style press blaster, or whatever the pressure trigger, or whatever you want to call it. Not Oddball. It's Captain Jag. There we go, Captain Jag from the Clone Wars. So he was actually the one that shot and killed Plo Koon. Captain Jag was that clone who took out Plo Koon in Revenge of the Sith, his squadron who was flying with him. So that's his claim to fame. Let me see if I get my camera to focus on it. So, you know, again, you have really good detailing on this, solid printing. You can tell that this is the like UV printing. It's not rough at all. Like you can tell if you get bad printing, if you feel back here, if it feels rough, like almost like textured in a way. This is nice and smooth. So that's how you can tell it's the good printing. And I believe it's UV printing is the correct way to print them. If they use a laser to do it on there or whatnot, then you get that rough texture. And so, but yep. So you've got a clone pilot here and Captain Jag here. Oh. All right, let me reach in the bag. We're going to see some other stuff. That's all right, Devin. If you don't know your clone names, you should just go watch more of it and learn more clone names. Easiest way to know them is to watch them. Or, in my case, Devin, all right, so I'm going to show you something here. Every time I talk about a clone in any of my minifigures, I make cheat cards for them. Like this one is for Waxer, and I have Havoc and a whole bunch of others here, Echo, whatnot. But these are my cheat cards for when I talk about minifigures. Sometimes I don't have it all in my head, and every now and then I just need some other info. You know, like I knew Waxer was 2/12, but sometimes I forget Ghost Company. So I make cheat cards to help me out with my clones. So, all right. So this one here is another really good one. I got an extra light. Oh, no, I get 2 lightsabers with this one. That's right. Now, for the longest time, I thought the lightsaber went in this side, but apparently I was wrong. The lightsaber goes in on this side, and this textured part is down below. I had been doing that wrong my whole life. And so, but there we go. So we got the 2 lightsabers there. You guys guessed it. Lord Maul again. This one, though, is pretty cool because this is Droid Legs Maul. So as you guys remember from the Clone Wars, I think it was season 3 or 4 where they found him in pieces and they had to resurrect him. And so much stuff went on with Maul. It was pretty wild. So as usual, we snap the hands in. Sometimes they go on really easy. It kind of scares me, so I got to go back and make sure it's right. Oh, yeah. So they even give you the crown, so you can make sure he has his headpiece on right, which I actually have to look at to make sure it's lined up. But there you go. You guys can see. Let me get it to focus. Come on. There we go. So let me get it on his head right. Almost dropped it. Didn't drop it. There we go. Much better now. So there's that. I'm going to get his legs on. One of the taller minifigures out there was this one because of the droid legs, and then of course he has his Sith lightsaber. Golly, my hands do not want to work today. And of course he has the dark saber with this one. So pretty cool. You get Darth Maul with his droid legs. You get the two lightsabers and whatnot. So this is another one of those great figures. So let's see who else we got. Yeah, the Rogue Shadow. Yeah, Cole, I know about that. That I've kind of been eyeballing that one, man. But I got to have the cheddar cheese after my car blew apart on me. So that's fun. So, but yeah, there we go. Let's see. When you did the Super Star Destroyer Execute, you a lot of issues with it falling apart. Yes, I did. Yes. So I'm going to move the camera back up here. So let's see if I can. All right. So I ended up having all the plates that it connects to underneath, Charles, you need to craggle those to like the bottom ones to sit snugly up there. If you don't craggle them, eventually they're going to start flapping loose and they're going to fall. So only the bottom ones, though. You don't have to do the top ones because gravity works the other way for you. But the bottom ones where the big plates connect to the frame, you absolutely have to craggle them. Getting the engines on, bags, I think that's like 5 through 7 were the 3 toughest bags I've ever had to deal with. I actually had it flipped over on my kitchen counter upside down because at the time you didn't have anything on top. So I could just flip it over. And that's how I got the engine pieces to seat on there properly. And I probably fell apart and fell probably 6 or 7 times before I finally got them on there properly. So if you haven't done it already, Charles, flip it upside down. I was working on a kitchen counter. You saw it. And try to put them on that way. It's kind of hard when you're looking at the book and then you're looking at it upside down. But for me, being able to get everything slid into place properly, that was the way that worked best for me. And then, yes, always have the Craggle ready to go. We now have a permanent station for Z Craggle in the man cave. So, all right. That's fine. You Rex and Cody, that's cool. Devin, you got to start somewhere. Yes, it's finally nice. Lego made a mold for the Darksaber, but I actually have a custom Darksaber that looks better than Lego ones. And so maybe at some point I'll fish it out for everybody to look at. So, because there's a few custom Darksabers that are pretty good. Yeah, I don't need the notifications. All right, let's see who we got here. Oh, yeah, this is an easy one. This is an easy one. Guys, you know who that is? So, yeah, no problem, Charles, man. Glad to help. Glad to help. I am actually going to redo the Executor videos at some point. I'm going to leave this one in connected, and I'm considering buying a second one, redoing the videos, and then breaking it down and using that one for extra parts. So when people, because I do help people who are missing parts from their sets, this way I have a good box of extras to ship parts to. So that way I can just kind of help out the community some more. Now it's interesting with this one. They gave this young lady a clone commander blaster, but as you all know, once I put her hairpiece on, if I can do it right. Me and hairpieces do not get along, guys. I don't know what it is, but I've always struggled to get them on. But there we go. The one, the only Omega, or Omega, however you want to pronounce it. So, yep. So there we go. Yeah, Devin, I'll get that information out there. I used to have it on my channel, but I had to take it off because the website's changed like 7 times, which is no fault for what's happened to the guy. Just is what it is. So, all right. This is another one that may be tricky at first, but I mean, the lightsaber kind of gives it away. Now, the one nice thing about this guy, guys, Because if I didn't tell you that this was a custom, you never would have known that it was a custom. That's how good of a job they do. All right, because you get the dual head on every one of these that had, like, these are customs, obviously, but even the customs are accurate to their counterparts with the dual painted head. All right. And again, me and hair pieces don't get along. And there we go. My Chancellor Palpatine. There we go. And again, an extra hand. See what I mean? I've got a little collection of hands. So there we go. This one is called the Senate. But the nice part is you can flip it between the two different heads, which I think is pretty cool. Like I said, I'm just reaching in my bag. You guys are going to see me throw some double scale. Oh, yeah, like there's another one of them. For those that just heard that was my cell phone ring, YouTube. That was a cell phone ringing. That was not me playing music. That was a cell phone ringing. Please, I don't need another strike. It was a cell phone. So sometimes in the bag, they get mixed up like this. Like they'll get put into the holes. It's funny. And see, this one, I'll just spin the head around. And then we can go to not angry Palpatine. There we go. Put the lightsaber in. And there you go. I am the Senate. Let's see, reaching into my bag here. Got a $50 gift card today. Good stuff, buddy. All right. Oh, I've got another Omega here. So I got a couple of Omega because I have all the other characters from the Bad Batch on my plate, and I didn't have any Omegas. And so I figured she needed to be a part of my plate collection for them. And again, telling you guys, best way to put the hands on, just like that. Okay, me and hair pieces. I'm telling you, I struggle with them. I usually have to turn them over like this and then line it up to seat properly. Because for some reason, if I'm trying to put it in, I always have it too far forward and it always just like messes up with the head. So there we go. Now I got a couple Omegas. I'm really looking forward to Bad Batch Season 3, by the way. I am super hyped for that. I'm really looking forward to it. I actually think I'm looking forward to Bad Batch Season 3 in front of Ahsoka, to be honest with you. Even though Ahsoka is going to be great. I know it's going to be a great show, but there's just something like, I don't know what it is with Bad Batch Season 3 that's just like I'm super excited for. Oh. Because and I think it's partly because I know that everything is going to be okay with the Bad Batch. Like, I don't know like what liberties they've taken with like Grand Admiral Thrawn and Captain Paleon and the Seventh Fleet and the Chiss Empire, because there's a lot of information in the books again that I know, and I'm really hoping that they stick to the source material when it comes to Thrawn and telling this story a little bit more. There we go. Clone Pilot. There we go. What's funny is all these minifigures I've ever gotten from these guys, the only color hands I don't have are the red hands. I've got every other color of hands, but the red ones. It's so funny. All right, well, good. I will not get the Jedi Temple. I don't like that set at all. I think it is I think that should have been a UCS or a Master Builder series. I just think for $170, there's too much with the Jedi Temple that's going to be left behind with it. So, because I think it's only 170 for it. Or are you talking about, Yavin 4, Devin? I don't think there's a Jedi Temple coming. I think that's. I think you're maybe thinking of Yavin 4. Or maybe I'm wrong. People can tell me in the comments if I'm wrong or not. That's okay. I'll always be wrong. I'm cool with that. The helmets are always so much easier because they just go right down on top. But there you guys go. Horn Company with an extra hand. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, yeah, another Horn Company. Oh. Yeah, the Yavin 4 base should have been a lot bigger. I think they're cheating everybody with the cheaper, smaller Yavin 4 base. The only two Lego sets that I have any plans on getting this year are the court. I want to get the I don't know if it's going to be an LAAT or a drop or whatever, but I'm going to get that because it's got to have Phase 2 Commander Fox in it. I'm still upset that we still don't have Commander Thorn in Lego, but we're going to get a Phase 2 Fox and the Coruscant gunship and some shock troopers, which are pretty cool. And then I'm going to get the Venator so I can compare it to Mold King. So, I'm going to have to go out there and spend the money for it. And, not totally excited about doing it because I know the Mold King one, even with all of its flaws, is still going to be better than the Lego one. But got to do a video to see it. There we go. I am also the world's worst at getting them to stand up properly. When I put them on the stands, I think they're right and they end up looking like this, or they're like doing, the Michael Jackson leaning way back. I almost have to put them in the camera to make sure I get them right and standing up straight because I'm always terrible at it, guys. Like my eyes deceive me. Don't trust them, right? So let's see what else we got in here. Oh, this one right up front. Oh yeah, we got another mall. All right. So again, I like these ones where there's a lot of detail attached to it. So, being able to do a Darth Maul and it's got all the right pieces and everything. And so, yep. My brain told me I should have been looking for the crown, but then I realized he has the hood on, so he doesn't need his Zabrak horns. Oh, yeah. That's a good point, Devin. I never thought of that. Thank you. Now, this one's pretty easy to keep straight up because this plastic piece right here really doesn't allow for a lot of movement. Like, you can bend them back a little bit, but the hard plastic really holds it into place. And then you get the hood here. And it's funny, this is the same hood that goes for like Darth Maul and any other hooded Sith or Jedi. Like if they do like a Luke in his hooded gear, that's the same one that they use. It's kind of funny. Oops. There we go. Phantom Menace, Darth Maul. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, another Darth Maul. Like I said, I like to order to 5. I think I only got 3 in this because I bought the rest of the stock up. And yes, guys, I will be going live on Saturday to finish up Monarch. We will get it finished, and then sometime next week I will have the big reveal, review, and comparison with the Lego variant. I can put hoods on easy. Hair pieces? Nope, not so much. Let's see what else we got in here. I still got a good grip of figures to build. Oh, yep, another pilot. Again, once I get these all built, guys, I'm going to put them on my plate. So, you know, hang around. We'll get these all put on the plates and everything. Had the feet on backwards. I almost put them on with my fingers, guys, but I'm telling you. And I'm going to let my guys know. I mean, hopefully they're watching, but, you know, every now and then you should send a Royal Guard spear with everyone to put the hands on. It is by far the easiest way to do it. And there you go. Clone pilot. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, yeah, another mall. Again, I don't know why I do it, guys. Well, I settled on 5, but, you know, I already had 1, so I had to get 4 more. So I couldn't remember if I got 3 or 4 of these. One day I'll do a big buy of like 1 of every figure, and then that way when you see me rip open a bag, you'll see no repeats. But again, guys, I'm going to just get it to focus on Darth Maul. This printing is second to none. You really, this is as good, if not better. Come on, focus. Get my hands out of here. Focus on the head. See if it'll do it. Come on. Stupid webcam. It's just not going to do it. There we go. But you guys can just see the printing on that. That's second to none. It's super clean. None of the lines are blurry. You can definitely tell that this is top-notch printing. There we go, another Darth Maul. That should be my last one. Because I don't think I bought more than 4 of any ones that I had. Yep. Okay, this is a new one. We haven't done this one yet. All right. As you guys can tell, your standard issue shock trooper. Now these ones are particularly nice because the Phase 2 helmet, which you can kind of see in front of you right there, is really well done. I'm going to put that in there and let the camera focus on it. So for me, sometimes with the clone helmets, like you get the long face on them, which, you know, like nothing against the Horn Company ones, but you see how these ones have kind of like the longer face to them. I actually prefer the shorter ones like this style. Both equally good, don't get me wrong. But if I had to pick, I definitely like the more compact face versus the long ones here. So, all right. Now the nice thing is this one comes with red. Now, it does come with a breastplate, but it's bright red. I don't know if it really fits the character all that well, but, you know, it does come with it. Now, this one comes with a Mandalorian AA-12 blaster. This is not what the shock troopers carry. It happens sometimes. It's really not that big of a deal to me. I have so many extra blasters. I can just pull this one out and get rid of it. But look at the arm printing on the side of this. This has phenomenal leg and arm printing. You just can't beat it. The quality is second to none. So there you go. I'm just going to leave this one off because that. Well, actually, I'll put it on there so I don't lose it. So, that's the rifle that Boba Fett used. It's the AA-12, if I remember correctly. And so, I haven't had any issues with my legs coming off, to be honest with you, on these Rai-Pai. They seem to have stayed on pretty well for me. I don't craggle them. The tricky ones are the Mandalorian Super Commandos. Those things come like with, you guys saw it on my minifigure Monday where I did Paz Vizsla and all the pieces that come along with it. So now again, you do get the correct Lego molded head for them that's got the right marks. Now this one isn't a dual-sided one, but most of the troopers aren't. But you do get the same exact styling as the competitor. But you get better print. You get more detail in your printing with these guys. These guys really, really, really take printing like seriously. And you can see just the extra details on the back of this one here and back of Thorn here. Or no, this is just a regular guard. Come on, focus. There we go. And again, you guys can see the lines are nice and clean. There's no smudging, especially on white minifigures like this. If you make a mistake, you're going to see that paint smudged everywhere. But these guys do a top-notch job getting the printing done. So, yep, Phase 2 Shock Trooper. And I'm curious to see how these guys are going to stack up against the ones that are coming in that Coruscant gunship. So that'll be one I'm going to look forward to. Let's see. Oh, yep, another droid legs. Yeah, like the heavy Mandalorian commandos, they are definitely they're the most detailed because they have like 13 pieces that go on it. But yeah, they do tend to come apart rather easily. Like if they're knocked down, well, they don't come apart easily, but it's kind of hard to describe. They're like fragile, but they're not in a way. There is a sticker on the side of this one, which I just took off. That was weird. It's a tiny little piece of fabric stuck on there, but it's off. It was stuck to the side of the head there. But again, that printing, guys, and I like the fact that they do the printing correct to the mold of the year. You know, you have the more current version of Maul's head with the older version where they had like the wide eyes. I think that's the best way to describe them. And so I like the fact that they adhere to like the original principles of the design. And again, just snap them on. The droid legs probably gave, I would guess, designers the biggest fits because you have these huge, huge leg pieces here, which you guys are going to see. And then you've got to make sure that you still get the spacing right so it'll sit down on a brick or a stand properly. There we go. Let's see. I have not bought any minifigures off AliExpress. I've really heard a lot of bad things about print quality. So I stick to my guy. I've paid anywhere from $2 to $5 for the minifigures, but to me, that's worth it for the quality that I get. And the nice part is these guys are based in the U.S. So if and I've had issues because you can't expect it to be perfect all the time. whenever I've had issues, I let them know and they ship me replacements right away. So I never have to worry about that at all. And Devin, I have looked into donations. I can set up a Patreon account, but YouTube doesn't recommend it until I have at least 1,000 subscribers, because I do have to pay for the Patreon account. That's not something that's free, so I have to be able to afford the account, so to speak. So, and I know there's a few people that would donate, but they don't recommending it until you have at least 1,000 subscribers, because that way you make sure that you cover your costs while using it. Because otherwise, I'll have to pay them, and I'm not making anything back off of them. And so, there we go, another Commander Thorn. Again, the blaster's not right, but we're not going to worry about it. It happens. Got a jetpack. This will never go on it, but still, that right there is still cool enough. I guess I would have to say my only true complaint about this Commander Thorn minifigure, I'm going to take the blaster off of him real quick, is we don't have the helmet holes to put the visor on. However, that's not that's small in my mind. Like, who knows? Maybe when they do another round of Commander Thorn, they'll put the holes in so he can put the visor into it. I know they can do it because I have the Phase 2 Codys that have the visors. So that would be my only thing to be able to get the visor on. I mean, they have the black line on it right here to kind of mimic it. But, the Commander should have the holes and the ability to have their visors on. Again, you can see the print detail on Captain Jag here, just so nice and smooth. Nothing blurry, nothing smudgy. Lines are real crisp and clear. You just can't beat it. That one did not go in right. There you go. Sometimes the hands, they give you fits. They don't want to do what you want them to do. But such is the life of Lego. And there you go, Captain Jag. Oh man, spark the goof. All right, man. Well, I'm glad, dude. I'm glad I inspired you to get it, man. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, I'm going to redo my videos on the Executor over there because, again, it was my first ever video doing on YouTube. So I really had no idea what I was doing. And I go back and watch them and I realize how much I missed. So if that Executor wasn't craggled, I would already have busted it apart and rebuilt it. But there's already craggle on it, so I'm just going to leave it as is. And yes, Spark the Goof, I would highly recommend that you have your bottle of Craggle ready to go, because you will need to do it when you're putting the plates on underneath. So you do the big long plating across the bottom. It's going to be as long as your arm. And when you snap it up in there, it's going to go up in there, but it's not going to be solid. Craggle those connecting pieces from the bottom only up into the frame, and you'll be set. Ooh, I got 2 extra hands in that one. Oh, man, guys, I'm living large. 2 extra hands. Yeah, so definitely that's the Mando's blaster there. I can't remember the name of it because it's brand new, but they definitely gave him Mando's blaster. And so, let's see, do I have any? Oh, I got a couple more in here. Oh, yeah, I did order another heavy trooper. All right, you guys are going to see me actually be able to put a heavy trooper together. I forgot that he was one of the few colors I didn't have on my heavy trooper plate. I'm glad he's in there for last. That'll be fun. You guys actually get to see what it's like putting together a heavy trooper. They are fun. Don't get me wrong. There's so many neat little parts to it. It's amazing. I'm actually kind of excited for it now. I want to get this done quickly. So, all right. All right. There we go. Snap them in. There we go. Commander Thorn. My man, Thorn. Thorn wears the "Your Mom is My Cardio" shirt when he goes out at night. All right. So you guys kind of saw it when I did Paz Vizsla, but you're going to see it again. Like the level of like look how many pieces come with this set. All right. There is a ton here. So there's leg armor and everything. And then you get your standard issue minifigure right here. So the first thing that you do is you got to pop the legs off. And you need to snap his breastplate on. So you see, you have his regular body, and then you have his breastplate. So that's the first thing you need to get on there. All right. Okay. Now the next thing that I do is I get the arms on. Okay. So there you go. Now, this is where it gets tricky with these guys, but it's so cool, this level of detail. So right here, those are wrist attachments that go right here with the minifigure. So what I have to do, with the heavies only, you do one of these, and then you take, like, say, gosh, I don't know if my hand's going to be big enough, but you can see this little wrist attachment here. You got to put it on the mini, on this, like this. All right, sitting on there. And then, oh, no, I need to have it the other way around because it's got to go down his arm. I almost did it backwards. So it'll be on there like this. All right, so you see how it's sticking, it's covering the arm. And then snap it on. And then look at that. You get that extra, like, attention to arm detail there, like the flamethrower or the arm cannon or whatnot. And then you get to do the same thing on the other side, which is just as equally amazing. And they're 2 different pieces. You can see this one's got a little antenna on it and whatnot. It's kind of hard to show because I got fat fingers. Let me see if I can get on my pinky and the neck. All right, so you take it. Oh, let's see. My favorite Star Wars creatures. All right, so see, there you go. Now you have this one on. Oh, I had it up too high. So now you see, get that attention on his arm right there too. So you got these great wrist gauntlets attachments. Now, the next thing to do is you need to take his head off. And sometimes you got to twist them off because they're on there pretty good. Now you need to put his shoulder armor on like this. Now you put his head back on. All right. So there we go. Now we're this far into it. All right. So, all right. So now what I do is I take his jetpack, his heavy jetpack. Now, oh gosh. Now these guys definitely, they are tough to stand sometimes. So what you do is you see you got these 2 prongs on the side. First of all, I'm going to take this part of the blaster here, because it actually, you do get a good rotary blaster. I don't know what this one is called for the Mandalorian one. It's probably a Wii Star because that's the Mandalorian blaster manufacturer. Can't think of the name off the top of my head, but what I do is I take this and I stick it on the jetpack like this. So it's carried like this. Then you have your hole back here and you attach your jetpack to him. So now you got him carrying his weapon like this. Go and put his helmet on. All right. Goes on there nice and snug. And then the last thing to do, which I think this is what really sells these heavy commandos, is putting on this feet armor. Like, Lego would never do this stuff. So you just take this piece, and you see it just fits over the foot, and it just slides into place. This one over here goes on. Come on, we got to get it around the blaster. The blaster's in the way. All right, let me kick this leg forward real quick. All right. So you see it's on there, and you just slide it into place. So that leg armor just really completes the whole Mandalorian heavy trooper look. You know, you've got your wonderfully detailed leg armor, the battle-scarred chest plates, the helmet. You get the jetpack, the heavy chain, or the chain gun, maybe. I can't remember what it's called. It'll come to me at some point. And then it came with an Amban phase rifle, which obviously he doesn't use, but I'll just add it to my weapons locker. And then there you go. Some of the best detailed ones out there are these heavy commandos. And so, favorite Star Wars creature, Devin, I really don't know. I never really cared for the creatures that much. I was always partial to the space worms that were featured in Robot Chicken that ordered Chinese food after not eating the Millennium Falcon. I thought those were pretty cool, even though they're not real Star Wars. I still think that was like one of the best scenes. So, all right, now I'm going to kick back here, guys. I'm going to grab a plate, and then we're going to put some stuff on here. Let's see. Where is my thorns at? Oh, yeah. All right, guys. So here's my clone plate. As you can see, most of them I have 5 of each. All right. So, and see, this is what I'm talking about, these Phase 2 Codys that I have. Now, this is from the same customizer, but they have these wonderful visors sitting right on them. So now I can just, knock something off over here. What did I knock off? I heard something rattle. Nope. Okay. Didn't knock anything off. Whew. Disaster averted. So what I'll do is I'll just take my thorns off. I'm just going to add them to right here. Actually, where's my minifigure Monday thorn? Oh, there he is. Put him up front because he's got his blaster. Like, again, guys, I don't know why I settled on 5, but 5 is the number. Actually, take this guy's stuff off. And there we go. Got my Commander Thorns right there. All right, and then I had some Phase 2 Shock Troopers that I ordered. Put those guys right there. I don't know why I ordered another one, but I got an extra one, so I got 6 on this one, but that's okay. You need a lot of Phase 2 guys. Let's see. I don't think my clone pilots are on this one. Nope. So, yeah, this is just all the ones I've got. You know, you can see you got Waxer and Boyle and the 212th here, and you got this is Captain Neo, and then you got the Sky Corps over here. You know, you guys have seen them all before. Echo, Tup, Fives. So they're all here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I was like, why do I not have... I was like, where's Captain Jag and his buddy at? All right, so here's my other clone plate. All right. And now we can get my 5 of each that I like. Symmetry. It is my favorite thing. Yeah, Devin, I mean, army building clones is a lot of fun, buddy. So there you go. I think that's all the clones. Oh, no, I got my Horn Company guys here. And these guys go right back here. So there you go. You guys can see you got Rancor Battalion here, Captain Gray. Or no, this is Captain Hauser, Captain Gray, Captain Wolf, Commander Gree, Commander Bly. This is a 327th ARC Trooper. I don't know if this guy's got a name or not, but he's a 327th ARC Trooper. Then you got Captain Jag and the clone pilots. And then back here you've got, can't remember this one, but you got Horn Company, Camino Security, regular clones. So I'm blanking on these guys up here. I think that's 327th. Oh yeah, that's 327th Star Corps right there. Just standard 327th guys right there. So one thing that I think that they really did mess up, like one of the few things that they hold on a second, let me get some of my other plates here. Definitely need my Sith plate. And I need my Bad Batch plate. So I really wish that they had, when they first started the Clone Wars out, that they had done better organization of all the units. Like, you can tell that it's really scattered out between like what everybody does and everything does and whatnot. Like, you can just tell that they were hurting for some real organization. And so that's probably my only complaint with the clones, is that you can tell that the organizations were just kind of like, well, we knew the 501st was going to be there because they've been there forever. But with all the different corps and how everything's named out, you kind of just tell that, like, okay, we're going to call these guys the 442nd, you know, or these guys are going to be the 150th or something like that. And so woohoo, shot that lightsaber off. But see, this is what I do, guys. After I get them, I go plate them. Got a couple Senates. Have to move the Shadow Guard back one. Move the Shadow Guards back all the way. Let's see. Yep, Craggle. Yep, I'm telling you, man, the Craggle's your friend. All right, so we got those moved back. So we got our, oh no, we got to get Maul on here. We got some droid legs to throw on here. So one thing I don't like to do too much is have their lightsabers in their hand when they're on the plates, because I don't want the hands to get stretched out a little bit. Some of them have them on there. I just left them on there for reasons I don't know. But for the most part, I really do like to take the lightsabers out of their hands. I think it just protects them better that way. Man, that guy did not want to go on. There we go. All right, got those guys on. So there you go. There's my Sith plate. So got a lot of good ones on here. You guys can see all my Revans, my Nihilists, Star Killer, Dark Lord Star Killer, Fifth Brother, Grand Inquisitor, Count Dooku. I've got my Palpatines, some Ventress, a lot of Sith Warriors, which I really like. All right, let's see. And then this is my plate that doesn't have the most detail because it's all my Bad Batch figures. But gotta have Omega on there. It's not the Batch without Omega, so I had to get her. So now my Bad Batch is complete. Now, you guys can see I have the original armor up here, but I've also gotten 2 of Crosshair and Emperor in his Empire armor. So that's what these ones over here are for. And I'm going to move these ones up now. That kind of fills the plate out more. But so I have Crosshair in his regular gear here, but then I have his Empirical armor, so to speak, here. So there we go. So there's my Bad Batch plate. All right, guys. So that's all I want to do today was just hang out. We're going to do some minifigures. Oh, I got to put my Mandalorian on. Hold on. I am missing one. We're not done yet. Haha. So those fans of the Mandalorian are probably going to like this plate the most because there's so much neat stuff going on here. And I just had one fall off. So these are all the different Mandalorians that I've pretty much have accumulated so far. So there's this green guy right here. Just knocked off this one here. So this is probably one of my favorite plates that aren't the Sith ones, are all these different Mandalorian warriors that I've accumulated over time. And now I have this guy to add. So there we go. Now I have another color to add to all the different ones. And so you guys can see I've got Super Commandos, Paz Vizsla, Pre Vizsla, Bo-Katan. Now this is the Darksaber that my customizer does. As you can see, it's even got the lines on it. Come on, focus. There we go. So as you guys can see, that is a great detail on the Darksaber. So it's better than the, you guys tell me what's better. Nope, the one that won't even stay in my hand or that one right there. So that's why I like my customizer's Darksaber better. So you get that one. You've got more. Actually, I think these are male commandos. These are the female ones. And then I have all these different like heavy trooper Mandalorians over here, and then just different colored ones over here. You guys can kind of see the different color schemes on each of the helmets. And I don't know why, but with all of those like extra colored ones, I just went with 2 of each. That was my thing, which you can see even on these ones. Now, these heavy ones I like, because you can see this black one here has got the Empire symbol, but the white one behind it's got a Rebel symbol on it. So I thought that was just really neat to have that kind of detail on it. And so, but yeah. This guy back on there. So unfortunately, with the only drawback I will say to the heavy ones is these toes stick out of a little bit. So sometimes you really got to press them down to seat them properly on the studs because those toes, the little toes on the front of them have a natural tendency to stick in the front of the plates. You got to push them down a little bit. But there we go. Everything's been plated. We're done. Oh, hey, what's up, Orange? How you doing, man? You came on right at the end, so let's see, Devin. Let's see, 501st Battle Pack. Oh, man, you got to catch up then, Devin Verse. You're missing a lot of stuff, so. Oh, okay, right. Sorry, just now seeing this. They has a Commander Bakara. There you go. I have made several requests to my guy that I buy from to add Bakara. He's really needed for my Galactic Marines. So hopefully we get a Commander Bakara here soon. But I want to thank everybody who tuned in and watched. I really appreciated it. It was a lot of fun. Just sticking that guy in. I will see you guys Saturday for the live stream. It'll either be at like noon or 1 o'clock, but I'll be going Saturday for sure. Yet again, we are expecting bad weather here in Delaware all weekend. So we're supposed to start thunderstorms tonight. We've had rain for 2 days straight. We're going to have rain for another 4 or 5 days in a row. So as long as I don't lose power because of some random lightning strike in my development, we should be good for Saturday. But if I'm not on Saturday, I'm telling you guys right now, the power's out in my area. So thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys on Saturday because we are going to be finishing up the old Monarch. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time, guys, here on Sith Bricks.